So here, MySQL users, we're going to add a new user that we're going to call the same way as our database, so W1. And we're going to provide it with a password. So we're going to use the password generator here because it creates a very good kind of password, right? And so we're going to copy that and click here where it says I have copied this password in a safe place. So go ahead and paste it, copy it in a safe place, right? And click where it says use password. Okay. And then click where it says create user. Alright, so it says that it added the user training W1 with that password. So let's go ahead and let's type here username. So we have database training W1, training W1 is the username, and then we have that password right there. Perfect. Let's go back. Perfect. And now final touch here is that we need to assign that user to the database. And since we only have a user and we only have one database, then the drop down has nothing else. So we're going to click add, and it's going to say, do you want to give all privileges to this user for that database? And we're going to say yes. Obviously you could actually go ahead and select specific privileges that you want to give, but in this case we're going to give it all privileges. So let's go ahead and click make changes, and that's pretty much it. That means that that user now has all access to that database. Okay, and that's pretty much all we need to do. And also, I don't know if you heard, but we got a warning, or not a warning, a notice saying that our files have been finished uploading from our FTP client. So that's great timing, I guess. So if we actually go and visit our domain name one more time and just refresh that, you're going to see that it gives us a little notice here that says there doesn't seem to be a wp-config.php file. I need this before we can get started. Need more help? We got it. You can create a wp-config file through a web interface, but this doesn't work for all server setups. The safest way is to create the file manually, or manually create the file. Anyways, let's try to do it this way. Otherwise, we'll learn how to do it the other way. So create configuration file, and it's going to say, okay, what we need is a database name, which we have because we just created it, username, password, database host, and table prefix if more than one WordPress is to be run in the same single database, which is not the case in our example. So if for any reason this automatic file creation doesn't work, don't worry. All we need to do is create that configuration file in a text editor. Okay, so let's just click where it says let's go, and we're going to use our information to enter it right there. Let me just go ahead and make this window a little bit smaller so we can see both of them at the same time. All right, so the database name was training W1, so we're going to paste that in. The username is the same. The password is this password that we gave to it. The database host is localhost, and most of the time you just have to leave it as localhost. And then the table prefix, if you want to run multiple WordPress installations, change this. Since we're going to be using only one WordPress installation in a single database, then we're going to leave it as is, and then click submit. And as you can see, it should work. All right. So let's give it a title. Administrative username, you can change this. I'm just going to leave it at admin for now because it's just an example. I'm just going to type a password here. And an email. Okay. Do I want my site to appear in search engines like Google and Technorati? I would say leave that checked. And then click where it says install WordPress, and we get a message that says success, WordPress has been installed. Were you expecting more steps? Sorry to disappoint you. Username and password. So let's go ahead and click login and type. Before we actually type the username and password, let's take a look at it without actually this part right here, so that we can actually see that it's been installed already. And there is our nice looking blog, perfectly with our title, testing site, everything perfectly in place. Let's go ahead and log in. So you can see, you can click here, or otherwise you can just come here to the URL bar and click where it says and type wp-login.php, and you get this. We're going to use our admin username and our password and click login. We're not going to need this anymore, so you can actually delete it or save it in a safe place, like they say, but there's really no safe place in your computer. So probably is a better idea if you remember all this data, or you can print it and save it in a nice place in paper format, because you don't want somebody to be getting this information at all. This information has everything that is needed, as you can see, to break and make your website. So if it lands in the wrong hands, this can be, the end of your blog, and you can be blogging for years. So you don't want this to be in the wrong hands. So this information is very important to protect. But since I'm just doing this as an example, then I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. Okay. So in order to make changes, we can just go here to the settings. So you're going to have your sidebar here that allows you to go to the different pages. So this is your main navigation for your blog, and you're going to have settings of all kinds. Here you can change your site title. The tagline is something that happens automatically, so you want to change that definitely to something that makes sense for your particular blog. You're going to leave this the same. You can click where anyone can register, but I don't recommend that if you're starting. And you can select your time zone, which I believe that we are in. I think we're Eastern. Let's see. North Dakota, Africa. Australia, Europe, Pacific. Manual offsets. Let's just do manually. There you go. Date format or whatnot. Blah 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 blah. Save changes. All right. Let's go ahead and create a post just to learn how to do that part, and with that we're going to finish, because your blog comes automatically with one example of post. Then we're going to change that, okay, which is the hello world one. So if you click posts here, you're going to get a list of all the posts, and you can see that we only have one, which is the example. So we're going to hit edit there under the title just to go ahead and get the edit page. This part right here is the title of your post, and then this is the body of your post, and to the right you get all the published preferences, you get formats, categories if you have any, and then tags and images, or feature images. And maybe in the future we can do a webcast to explain to you a little bit more in detail what each one of these do. But since this is running a little bit longer than expected, then I'm just going to give you a quick rundown, a quick example of how to change this. So this is the title. Let's give it a title of my first post, and here you're going to type your post, and that's pretty much it. You can insert images or music, videos, whatnot. You can select some of this just as in Word or Excel or PowerPoint, you can just select what you need and then apply some stylings to it. Okay. You can create links. So for example, you can say I want to link this to the Mercado's website. So click here where it says, and you can see that just by clicking there I created a link. You can break the link by clicking where it says unlink, and you can play around with this definitely. Okay, and then once you're done with this, what you're going to do is you're going to hit here where it says update, because remember that we're changing this post. But since we're not yet done, I'm just going to create a new category, and as you can see, I can do it without having to forget. If I forgot to do the category first, it doesn't matter. So I can just create a category that I'm going to create, that I'm going to call my posts. Obviously you want to be a little bit more descriptive with your posts. So if your blog is about pets, for example, then you could have categories like dog posts or cat posts or dog food or things of that nature, something more descriptive, not just my posts. Okay, and then tags, you can say my dog, and it adds tags to the post, and then hit update at the end. Once you're done, it gives you this little message that says that the post has been updated. So let's take a look at that view post. And this is our site, and as you can see, we have just a sample page, but we also have our my first post with the information that we got and with the Mercado's link that we wanted there. Pretty cool, huh? That's it. In the newer versions of WordPress, you also get like this nice tab bar here at the top that allows you to go quickly to the different settings, and it allows you to edit the post and add new posts or whatnot. So very useful there. I think that should cover it. With this information, you should be able to install your WordPress blogs with no problem. Perhaps in the next blog, we'll take a look at how to improve the appearance of your blog and how to change it with custom themes and things like that, and then maybe we'll take a look at how to install plugins so that you get a feeling for adding functionality to your blog so that it learns new tricks. But that's pretty much it. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I hope that it becomes really useful for you, for all small business owners out there wanting to do their own blogs. Again, if you have any questions or comments, just let us know at mercados.com, merkados.com. And again, also, if you want more web design services and more customization and higher end internet marketing, just let us know. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye-bye.